Money won't make you happy, so you should stop chasing it. Be grateful for what you have instead. That's what everybody says, right? While being grateful is really valuable, I don't think that should stop us from pursuing bigger, more ambitious goals in order to improve our quality of life. I could be wrong, but in my opinion, the reason why so many people seem to run away from money is because they are not willing to make the effort to get it. Earning more money is no easy thing, so justifying the lack of initiative and discipline needs a very good reason. And so the statement money won't bring you happiness becomes just a coping mechanism to help them feel better for not even trying to improve their financial situation. It's true that money alone won't guarantee that you're gonna have a happy and fulfilling life, but the following is also true. The lack of financial resources will make you miserable eventually. What money does is provide great opportunities for growth in all areas of your life, but for that you need to spend it wisely. In other words, money will put you on a fast lane to happiness, but if you really wanna get there, you need to hop in your car and start driving. Welcome back everybody. Now this money discussion can't be black and white, right? I mean, there has to be some truth to what people are saying. So before moving on to the various ways you can spend money to improve your life, we're gonna take a look at the possible reasons why having lots of money is considered the recipe for unhappiness. For starters, the first thing most people would do with money is buy a fancy car and a huge mansion. Now, these are great things to have, don't get me wrong, but more often than not, people cross the line. It's a very big difference between using money for shelter and transportation and using it for comfort and luxury. Nobody needs a Ferrari to survive. Heck, from what I've heard, they're not even that comfortable to drive. And this is the beginning of the end, because there's a very interesting phenomenon that happens afterwards. It's called hedonic adaptation. Basically, no matter how big of a jump you make from poverty to luxury, you eventually become used to that level of comfort. The things you have won't bring excitement anymore. The thrill will fade away very quickly. So the natural thing to do in this situation is upgrade your life even further. And before you know it, all the money will be gone. Another thing here is that whether you're wealthy or not, you're going to be miserable without purpose and meaning in your life. You can't just party all day every day and expect to be happy and fulfilled. People need goals to be satisfied and proud of who they are. And the more difficult a goal is to achieve, the more fulfilled you'll be at the end. People just need some form of purpose, something to work on and put effort in. And yeah, it's true, having lots of money can steal that motivation to set goals and work hard towards achieving them. But ultimately, that's not the money's fault, it's the lack of discipline. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Why is money a great thing to have and how can one use it to completely change their life for the better? Well, the most valuable thing you can buy with money is time. And this was confirmed through a study done by researchers from the University of British Columbia and the Harvard Business School. In short, spending money to buy time was linked to greater life satisfaction. And it does make sense. Let's look at the following fictional scenario. Amanda, a single mother in her 30s, has to work 2 jobs just to feed her children. She's obviously exhausted, physically and mentally, because she has no time to relax, see her friends or even sleep properly. Having more money would literally change her lifestyle, as she would be able to quit her second job, take some rest and spend more time with her kids. In other words, she would have the opportunity to spend her time in a more pleasurable and fulfilling way. Time is our most valuable resource, and the way we spend it will dictate how happy and satisfied we are. Most rich people use money to outsource the things they hate doing, like cooking or cleaning, and that leaves them with a lot more spare time to relax or work on their businesses to further increase their income. The great thing about outsourcing unpleasant activities is that it's not exclusive to the wealthy. It really depends on how much your time is worth. If you're making $100 an hour by working, then paying someone $20 an hour to regularly take care of your garden would be a no-brainer. If you chose to do it yourself, besides wasting some time, you'd also lose the $80 per hour of profit you would have earned if you worked instead. So outsourcing allows you to do what you like and it rewards you for it. Who wouldn't want that? Personally, if money were not an issue, I'd definitely spend it on food. It's not that I particularly hate cooking, but it takes such a long time, and the result isn't worth the effort. If there's something I can cook, it's pasta. Yeah, it's really tasty, but the rest of the food is garbage, is average at best. So yeah, outsourcing cooking would not only allow me to eat genuinely good food, but it would also free up several hours a week that I could dedicate to seeing my friends or doing something productive. Secondly, money buys the ability to choose. If you have no money, you have no options either. You might be forced to live a life you hate, like staying in an awful apartment or working overtime on a shitty job and stuff like that. Remember Amanda's situation. If she wouldn't own a car, then transportation would become very difficult and tiring, even for simple things like going to the supermarket for groceries. This is not about comfort anymore. It's about having a decent standard for living. Earlier we've talked about buying material things, and I didn't change my mind. Everything that's bought out of a desire for luxury won't make you much happier long term. But sometimes you just need these kinds of things, not for their value, but for the opportunities they provide. For example, a car in and of itself isn't a source of fulfillment, but it allows you to travel, have a better shopping experience, and ultimately extend the boundaries of your life. Without a car, you might not be able to take a better job just because it would take an eternity to get there by bus. Awful, right? So yeah, money can buy a lot of stuff, and it's worth looking into what new opportunities each of them provides. The next way money can change your life for the better is by solving health issues without having to sacrifice anything else. We can all agree that health is the most important aspect of life, and it should be everyone's priority, because when we're healthy, we get to enjoy all of the other things in life: relationships, hobbies, work, etc. We can think of health as the root of our whole enjoyment tree. Without it, everything else falls apart. And it's not only about physical health. Mental health is also vital and has become such a widespread topic today for good reasons. Now, more than ever, we're faced with an epidemic of anxiety, lack of confidence, and social discomfort, which can really steal the joy out of your life. And I think it's because technology has replaced a lot of the ways that we used to spend time. So now we have to work even harder to improve these things about ourselves through self-reflection and practice, like socializing and getting outside of our comfort zones. And money provides great opportunities and resources to do that, such as therapy or external activities. Besides regularly exercising, another game changer for my mood and energy levels was eating healthier. Even though I haven't analyzed my health from a biological perspective recently, I can definitely say that I feel a lot healthier. This change is most noticeable when I eat junk food and feel like a potato for the rest of the day. It's depressing. Now, quality food can be madly expensive sometimes, and this is another place where money can make a difference. Your diet will directly influence how you feel physically and how much you're able to enjoy life, so it's worth investing in it. The fourth thing we're gonna discuss is more of a perspective shift, spending money on experiences rather than things. Like I said earlier, people get accustomed to the level of comfort or coolness of a material possession, but a great experience will always be a cherished memory. For example, one of my friends has rented a powerful Mustang for a few hours, and he told me it was one of the most exciting things he's ever done. The anticipation, the joy of the moment, the sudden release of tension when you finally get to do what you've been waiting for so long to do. All of these contribute to creating a memorable experience. But then I was wondering, wouldn't buying the car be better? Wouldn't you get much more joy if you were able to drive it anytime you wanted? Well, I don't think so. I don't think you'd appreciate it as much over the long term, because the initial excitement would eventually be spoiled by hedonic adaptation. Every experience is unique, you can't compare it to anything else, and the great experience is gonna become a memory of a lifetime, providing much greater satisfaction and fulfillment than simply upgrading your material possessions when it's not even necessary. The last thing that I believe can bring a great amount of joy and happiness is spending money for the benefit of others. Knowing that you've made a difference in making someone feel better can be very soothing. And it doesn't have to be anything grandiose or life-changing. Simply going on a short trip to help your partner relax and recover after a long week at work can be just the thing they needed. So don't shy away from using your financial resources to make someone's day better. Every little gesture counts, and if it's not done out of selfishness, I guarantee you're gonna feel good about it and great about yourself. All of that being said, there is a point of diminishing returns when it comes to money. After covering the basic needs and achieving a moderate level of comfort, more money won't necessarily mean more happiness. In fact, it often doesn't. If you're already doing something you love for work, if you have time for your friends and hobbies, and if you don't have to worry about rent, bills, or health issues, then you can consider yourself rich. Everything above that will feel great, but it won't significantly change your lifestyle for the better. That is it for today. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to press the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. Thanks for staying until the end, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye!